My role in this project was working closely with Ben and Paul Grabowski as the artistic directors of the project to come up with a list of composers that we thought would be appropriate, approaching them, explaining it. And then I guess since then it's just sort of been hassling more than anything else because it's such an ambitious project in scale, as anyone in my sort of role will tell you, to arrive with music on time, with all the scores and the parts exactly perfectly on time is quite a challenge and something which is terrifying for people like us. But to have 12 composers with 13 pieces, to do that was extra ambitious, and we did it. We've actually managed to achieve, here we are on the last day of the recording, we actually managed to achieve all the music being here and being played and being recorded, so it's very pleasing. They were given exactly the same brief. The hush brief is pretty clear, and all the composers have obviously gone to the hospital, which was absolutely critical, as we all know, that they really understand how it's used. And then everyone's got a completely different slant on it. So we've got pastoral feeling pieces through to really quite meditative pieces, through to quite upbeat pieces, quick tempo, every single possible different slant on orchestration that you could imagine in different colours. So, and also different styles from something through to Paul Grabowski's work, which is obviously in one direction, and Stuart Greenbaum's, which is a little bit in that direction as well, right through to the complete opposite. The project's unique from a compositional point of view in that it's very short. So to write that short a piece, it's inversely proportional. Life's like that. The shorter you go, the harder it is to write. So in one sense, it was probably very challenging. For some composers, it might have been quite liberating, I think, that they would have just let themselves be free, just to write whatever popped into their brain. And I think probably given the time scale of some of aspects of the project, that's probably what they actually did do. But what it does give you is, as I said before, just this most amazing variation take on what is essentially the same brief. I do think that the fact they went into the hospital again is critical to that, because yes, it's short and that might have felt a bit constraining, but they would understand immediately how to write that 4 or 5 minutes. It's certainly unique in a compositional classical music sense. No one else has been nuts enough to try and get 12 composers to write new pieces. That's clearly completely bananas. So in that sense, but for classical music to be used exactly for this brief, yes, there's things for getting kids off to sleep and all that stuff, but that's usually existing pieces, one you have to say. If you look at compilations, but not something which has gone from the ground up. That is, what's it going to be used for? We want you to write to that exactly, and hopefully it will fulfill that brief.